is Anthony Trupa, Illinois citizen, taxpayer, and resident of Will County since 1995. Although I've never had the honor of serving in our armed services, I've had many family members and good friends serve and even sacrifice their lives while serving our great nation. These men and women sacrifice their time and often their own bodies to defend and support their fellow citizens. Not only deserve our deepest love and respect, but our assistance as they reintegrate back into the society they've sacrificed for. Furthermore, the men and women that have served and continue to serve our great nation do so not for huge salaries or prestige, but do it to protect the American people and our way of life. The Veterans Assistance Commission of Will County, herein named VAC, has been set up to be a clearinghouse for Will County veterans and social service agencies within Will County. Through the VAC's many outreach programs, the organization assists Will County veterans obtain social services that help with the general health and welfare of our veterans. Current programs offered are veteran financial assistance, employment assistance programs, combat veteran counseling, homeless veteran prevention programs, Department of Veteran Affairs compensation and pension programs, and fellowship opportunities unique to veterans. The reason all this background I'm providing is to help highlight how much progress has been made in the operation of the VAC and services offered under the leadership of Mr. Raj Pillai. Prior to Mr. Pillai's involvement, there was financial waste, inefficiencies, and delays in helping our veterans access the services and assistance they deserve. Mr. Pillai has made it his personal mission to see that the services and assistance to our veterans that our veterans deserve is provided, and his efforts have increased veteran participation and processing of more veteran benefit applications in the VAC's history. Any effort to replace Mr. Pillai at this point has nothing to do with continued good or better service to the veterans and simply a personal political effort, and will not assist veterans in receiving the help they need and deserve. Please continue to support our veterans in Will County by supporting Mr. Raj Pillai's continued leadership of the Veterans Assistance Commission of Will County. Thank you very much.
I want to thank all the veterans here tonight for our freedom. That's first and foremost, and I appreciate your service. Thank you. Now let's walk down memory lane and put an end to this ridiculous coup. I was here in 2022 when $500,000, $500,000, was handed over to the then Superintendent Christy McNichols, who then handed it over to a friend. The VAC received nothing, and the illegal board members turned a blind eye and said nothing. For those of us who questioned where the $500,000 went, we were ignored and never given any answers. They removed a delegate from a closed-door meeting by deputies unlawfully. That person was Raj Pillai. He was the patriot that stood up and used whatever resources he could find, took on the corrupt board, and legally forced them to resign. They ran away like the rats they were. Raj worked very hard to clean up the corruption and get a new board started. These are the accomplishments that this board and Raj have done. They cleaned up the corruption and forced board members who were illegal to resign. Raj ran for the president and won. Larry Shaver nominated him. Processed more benefit applications this past year in the history of the VAC. Had the most veteran participation in the history of the VAC. Planned and held the very first Vet Fest to raise thousands of dollars for veteran suicide prevention. Now comes two established candidates, Larry Shaver and Lisa McGlasson. They want Raj removed. Why? Could it be because he questioned an $8 million grant to house illegals? I'm not going to call them undocumented, and I'm not going to call them newcomers. They are illegals. Instead, he would hold a special meeting to discuss how this would affect the veterans. The grant was rescinded. We have $8 million to give illegals, but we can't take care of our veterans? That is disgraceful. These two candidates are spreading false information to board members, stating that the county board can close the VAC and remove certain members. This is not true based on the MVAA, which is the Military Veterans Assistant Act. I wonder what the county board members are whispering in these two establishment candidates' ears. I can only imagine, as can you. What does this county board under the leadership of Jennifer Bertino-Tarrant care about the VAC? Nothing. Remember, it was under this very board that the corruption took place. They want the president of the VAC to be someone they can control. Raj Pillai is loyal to our vets, not politicians. This is a coup about power and money. Pillai has proven who he is and what he has done for our vets and the VAC. Excuse me, I'm going to finish. He deserves our respect and admiration for a job well done.
30 seconds.
Give him your vote. He will work for the vets as he's always done. And to this board, I want to say this. Don't let the bullies of the county board coerce or scare you. Stand tall, do the right things, and keep the VAC for the vets. Do not make it an arm for the communists on the county board. Your veterans of Will County will thank you. And remember this is taxpayer money, and the taxpayers are going to watch where every penny goes. Thank you.
To make it slow.
Good evening, everyone. I am Dale Fontana, Will County resident and taxpayer. My oldest son is Lieutenant Commander Vincent Fontana, Combat Systems Officer of the USS Kidd, current deployment South China Sea. Tonight, we have a golden opportunity to clearly proclaim to the entirety of Will County and the governmental units that operate within it the future direction that the VAC will take in its operational philosophy. Let me begin by comparing and contrasting two realities that many of us here have witnessed in the recent past. To do this, I will use adjectives which I believe are very accurate as applied. First, the VAC as it existed prior to the election of Raj Pillai as president and prior to his overall involvement on any level. The words I have chosen are as follows: aloof, disconnected, illegitimate, pompous, arrogant, entitled, imperial, incompetent, ancient, corrupt, inefficient, condescending, wasteful. There's more of them, but I only have 3 minutes. Such conditions come about because no one pays attention. Neither the veterans that comprise the VAC nor the public at large. This apathy, along with political cronyism, created that situation. And it would create it again. Now let's describe the VAC after Raj Pillai's efforts and subsequent election. The words I have chosen are responsive, accountable, efficient, dedicated, competent, honest, focused, professional, transparent, proud. The achievements of the current board under Pillai's leadership are too numerous to mention, but they include the highest servicing rate to the veterans in the VAC's history. These are not subjective opinions. These are facts, pure and simple. Now I ask everyone here a simple question. How many units of Will County government run by any party can make these factual claims? The VAC's operating mission is quite simple. Its function is to service and assist the veterans of Will County in navigating their problems and dealing with the VA, period. Its masters are two: the veterans that they serve, and the ultimate master, the Will County taxpayers. That is all. Nothing else. There is no room for political fealty to any political hack from the county board, from any party, including Democrat. No room whatsoever. So the choices become simple. The board can dedicate yourselves to a bright future with major ongoing reforms to serve the larger community for everyone, or return to the failed attitudes and policies of the past, embrace cronyism, and turn your backs on the people. I will conclude thus. Whatever you choose to do this evening, we the people will be right here watching your every move. Public apathy is officially over. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Chuck Mayer.
I'm sorry, Chuck, but there was an error in earlier. We've double checked now. It is a 5-minute. We did change that with the most recent bylaws. So we're gonna.
Okay, I will try not to take the full 5 minutes.
Okay,
We got
but
a
I
lot
just
of people
want to
here
make
that
sure
want to talk,
on the record is correct.
and I appreciate that. My name is Chuck Mayer, and I'm actually running for county executive. There's a couple reasons why I'm running. One of them is that I don't like, when I heard what JBT was doing with the building, with the folks down in Joliet here, and trying to take over a situation where she had you guys waiting in the wings trying to get a place to be able to grow, all right? But she wanted to give it to a different group of people. That was one of the major reasons. And why? Because I spent 16 years on the county board. All right, I've been on that Will County board from 2002 to 2018. I passed a lot of budgets supporting you guys. All right. Some people would say we don't want politics involved in this. You guys have no choice. You are in politics. How many people are married or were married? Then you know what politics is. All it is the art of compromise. It's the ability to let people know what you need, what you want, and help them try to get it. Now, I'm a graduate in 1975. That was a strange time in our country. All right? They had canceled the draft. You didn't even have to register at that time. So we were young kids. We didn't know what was going on. But I had family in the military that went to Vietnam. I've had family and friends that have been in the military since. I personally went and got a degree in rehabilitation counseling and psych, which I don't know how many people know this. That is the only degree and job that came out of the World War I veterans coming home because they needed someone to help them figure out what they were going to do with the rest of their lives. I've actually worked with vets and other people with PTSD. I know how important the services are to you guys. I'm not going to sit here and presume to tell you who you should vote for. That's something that the rest of these people can sit here and try to make a stance on for one person or another. But who do you want to follow through that minefield is what I'm going to ask you. Who's going to go to bat for you and make sure that when the time comes, they're going to not care what anybody says, that the veterans come first. The executive branch of Will County has nothing to do with the VAC except provide you a place to live, the building. And if she's threatening you, when I get in there, that will never, ever, ever happen. The only people in the county that have an impact on you are the county board members because they approve your budget. And all you got to do is go say, we need more, help us figure out how to get that, and they should be able to sit down and do that. That's not up to the executive. They present a budget to the county board, but they don't control your budget, just like they don't control the sheriff's budget, they don't control the court's budget. The only thing that JBT controls is her budget for her people. That's it. So you guys need to think about who's going to be your best leader. Who's going to be out there fighting, who's already fought, who will fight. And when push comes to shove, know that I will be fighting for you, whether I win or lose in November. If you need something, you just call. People know how to get a hold of me, and I'll be glad to help any way I can. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your time, and I appreciate the opportunity to get up before this body and have an opportunity to speak to you. Thank you. Chuck Mayer, M-A-H-E-R.
Joel Johnston. I put in 20 years, served 20 years in the U.S. Army, a little over. 16 years of that was overseas, Panama, Korea, Japan, Okinawa, Germany, And some of you in the room will relate when I say places I never was and never did anything there. Those kind of places, okay? During that time, along with 32 years owning my own corporation, financial services, and working with people all over the world, as well like I did in the military, most people are basically the same and feel the same way. Doesn't matter what their nationality, creed, color, anything, politics, it doesn't matter, most people are the same, really, if you get down to the basics. I learned a couple of basic things. One is that we're all basically the same, want the same things. And the second thing is very simple. If the ship is not sailing properly, and I'm Army, so I'll use a Navy term just to compliment those guys. If the ship is not sailing properly, somebody makes a change and adjusts the crew to do the job properly, and usually that forces a new captain to come on board. Well, I think the years I've been coming to these meetings, and some of you have been coming a long time, longer than me, but the years I've been coming here, the ship was not sailing properly. A new crew and a new captain came about. When a new captain and a new crew has come about and things are going well, you don't change course and take a chance of sinking. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Rajesh Narayan. I'm a resident at Naperville, Illinois, a taxpayer citizen. First of all, let me thank you all for all you have given to this country and the sacrifices you have made to keep us free. I've known Raj Pillai for a few years. A few years ago, I ran for the school board of Naperville when Raj Pillai ran for the school board of Plainfield. That's when we met, and we have been working together since then. He's an honest vet, a person of integrity. He governs himself not through the lens of politics, but for the ideology that he stands for. He uncovered $500,000 of fund misuse and fought hard to expose the culprits. His efforts led to a passing of a law in Illinois to stop such a misuse in the future. He has nothing but the best in mind for VAC. I believe if he's re-elected, he'll go further, he'll do further great things for VAC. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Dave LaFrancis. I am the Senior Vice Commander at the Plainfield American Legion, Marine Post 13. I'm here on behalf of my friend, my brother, fellow veteran, Raj Pillai. I can't speak highly enough about him, and I thank everybody for their kind words and what they've said about him tonight. It is an honor for me to read the speech that he prepared. These are his words. He cannot be here. He's out with his family tonight, so I will read them on behalf of him, and I'm honored to do so. Today, although I'm not physically present, my spirit stands firmly beside you in our ongoing journey of veteran advocacy. I approach you with humility, having made a difficult decision to prioritize my family commitments. However, my dedication to our cause remains resolute and unwavering. The proof is in the pudding. The past year has been remarkable for our VAC, perhaps the best in history. It was my first year as an official, and I have learned a lot. Before we delve any further, I must address the accusation looming over us. There are claims I have exploited the VAC for political gain. Let me be clear. While I proudly identify as a conservative, my pride doesn't lie in political allegiance, but in prioritizing veterans advocacy above all else. My work has been driven solely by love for our nation, community, seeking unity rather than division. I truly believe we have seen a lot of success as a result of that. These accusations are new to me. Similar challenges arose during my 2022 campaign for county treasurer, cautioning me against confronting corruption within the board, yet I chose to confront it, striving for justice despite obstacles. The transformation of a VAC from disarray to excellence within the past year is a testament to our collective efforts and resolve. The achievement wasn't mine alone. It was made possible by the support of my friends, family, and community members who stood by us when we needed them the most. These are also the same people who helped us through one of the most challenging events we held this year, our Vet Fest. Let us not forget the support that they gave us. As the head of this commission, I take pride in our achievements However, my leadership is now challenged under the guise of being too political or inviting Republicans to our events. Let me be clear, securing funding for our operation is vital, regardless of political affiliations. Our mission transcends politics. It is about serving those who served us the most. I've built alliances across party lines with both Democrats and Republicans for the Commission's benefit, documented and provable through through any Freedom of Information Act request. Again, the proof is in the pudding. Concerns have also been raised about my lack of presence at the VAC office. I spent a lot of time there in the beginning of my term, but have realized that an excessive presence is not necessary. However, it is essential to clarify that my role primarily involves raising awareness, securing funding, and aiding in legislative matters, rather than micromanaging day-to-day operations. Excessive presence would only hinder efficiency. Despite our success, recent events have raised concerns about regression back to the old commission. It's crucial that we address these challenges head on. I propose establishing clear roles, responsibilities, improving communication protocols, and ensuring accountability within the commission. Our journey continues, and I am committed to leading with integrity. My goals for the next year include building positive alliances, advocating for more resources, establishing sustainable roles, and participating in legislative matters affecting veterans. Your support signifies our readiness to persist on the path of success that we've forged together. I want to repeat this one more time. The proof is in the pudding. You can see how successful we have been. Your choices are to move forward or to regress. This is a democratic process, and I would trust that you will vote with integrity regardless of the outcome. Thank you, and let us continue serving with honor and integrity. Those are the words of Raj Pillai. Thank you very much. Thank you for allowing me a chance to speak. Thank you.
My name is Mike Dean. I'm on the Lockport VFW Hall. And I just want to address everybody the day that $500,000 it's been addressed a couple of times. But what Raj did was on his own. He went into the books. He found out himself. He didn't earn any money from it. He stood there and he told all the vets, we're missing $500,000. I heard vets say, well, maybe we could use it for the women. But McNichols, when she took the money and gave it to one of her friends, a consultant, they didn't know where the money was. Raj again took it upon himself to try to find out where the money was. He asked lawyers, and then the FBI got involved. And they still can't find the money. Isn't that a shame? $500,000 are supposed to be addressed to the military, to the people that need it the most, and yet we're going to sit here and badge Raj. He's a very honorable man, family man. He couldn't make it because of family. We all have that. I know I wasn't with the VFW for a while because I had a couple operations. I'm just back on my feet now. I went to the VFW, and I can tell you, the guy sitting right there, Brandon Peterson, did a terrific job. I brought my wife in with me. And if you knew my wife, or any wife, they want to know questions and answers. And he gave them the answers. He gave my wife the answers, and truthfully, and was very patient with it. This is what's going on with the VAC. I've been battling battling the Veterans Administration for a while. But I had Kurt too help me out when I first came in. There's a lot of good people up here that rode up, and I went after them. Yes, I won some settlements now from the veterans, from the VA, but it's a struggle. Each one of us know it. Now you've got Agent Orange, and there's more of a PACT Act. You've got the burn pits. And these guys are right on it. Do we need Raj, if Raj isn't there, these guys are outstanding. Isn't that what we want? Does Raj have to overlook them all the time? Raj doesn't get a paycheck for being the head honcho. He's just supposed to overlook it. Are the funds right now? That's what I look at. Are we up, is all these funds, we're not looking at $500,000 anymore. Our funds are there. It's being run right. I'm in here for the behalf of Raj and the board and other people that work for the outstanding job you've been doing with the vets. And for the board of the county, I can really get into them because I live in Homer Glenwood, 143rd Street. We can tell you what the head person of 143rd Street is doing to us. She just vetoes something, and that we didn't want. In other words, she lost a vote, and then she turns around and vetoes it. Can you believe that? She stuck it to us. And now we got to go through the courts. Is this what you want? I know Raj will fight. I'm fighting. That's why I'm here today. Please give your votes for Raj. What an outstanding guy. And that's all I'm going to present myself right now. And this 5 minutes that we're getting right now, in the 3 minutes, that was because of Raj. That day, I came on the podium with other people, and they cut us down. They would not let us talk. Raj went up there, did not let them talk. So they made an amendment and gave us all 5 minutes to talk. That was Raj. And if we didn't get that, they shut us down. I couldn't believe it. We're veterans. We have the right to talk. I just want to tell everybody, think about it. Raj is a good person. He strives. He's motivated. Isn't that what you want? And that's what we're getting now out of the VAC. God bless every one of you in here, and I'm honored to talk to you. God bless every one of you, and God bless America. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We've had some very good speakers tonight. I'm not one of them tonight. My name is Jim Martyr. I'm from Oswego. My dad's an 89-year-old Army veteran. My mom served at the VA in Peoria as a medical technologist, finished her career out 25 years there. I had the opportunity to go in to see the work she did for veterans there at the Peoria VA. I got to visit with the staff a couple weeks ago. These guys are awesome. You guys do a fantastic job. Keep it up, and God bless all you veterans. I'm just here to tell you, support Raj. He's honest, he's got integrity, he's dedicated, and he's vigilant. That's it. I'm here to support Raj, and that's all I want to say.
Joined the Army in '66, volunteered to go to Vietnam. Never regret it. Well, I won't say I never regret it. There were moments, but I'm glad I did it, and it was a good thing in my life. I'm going to take a little bit different attitude and not talk so much about what went wrong and what got fixed. I've known Raj for a number of years. When he first got into politics, I had him on my radio show on AM 560. He struck me immediately as a guy who's very serious and very straight about what he does. And I like him. I just learned to like Raj. He called me one day, a little over a year ago, I think it was, and he said, "You're a veteran, aren't you?" And I go, "Yeah." And he said, "We've got a problem." And he said, "We got a meeting of VAC and they won't even let people talk." I go, So I showed up to a meeting and I just sat there and I didn't say a word, which is very rare for me. And I sat there and I just listened, and they were cutting people off, and when they were talking, people were talking to each other. They weren't even paying attention. I went back the next month, and they weren't going to have any speakers. And I walked up to the podium and I said, "Call the police to get me pulled out of here, but before you get me out, I'm going to tell you what I think." You got any Vietnam guys in here? Do you remember, what? There you go. Do you remember how when we were in Vietnam, we used to say, "I love my country, but I don't trust my government"?
Amen.
I went to that next month meeting, and I got up here and I said, "How many Vietnam people we got?" 3 guys raised their hand. And I said, "Do you remember when we were in Vietnam, how we said, 'I love my country, but I don't trust my government'?" They go, "Yeah." And I go, "You're why." And they were gone the next month. Raj is an interesting guy, and I'm going to tell you why I say this. I have spent most of my life running volunteer and 501c3 and 501c7 organizations. That's what I do. I had a grown-up job to support the habit, but that's what I do. I did turnarounds at university flight departments. I did turnarounds on regional theaters. I did turnarounds on shooting clubs. The most recent one, have you ever heard of Aurora Sportsman's Club?
Yeah.
I took it over when it was going bankrupt and had no members and was being sued by the Attorney General for 2 different things and turned it around to one of the best clubs in the country. That's what I do. I do turnarounds of volunteer stuff. Raj called me up and said that he wanted me to come out to this event that they had recently. And I got to talking and listening to what he had done. It was like shocking. Let me tell you what it takes to do that, because I've been doing it my whole life. It means at 10 o'clock at night, you get a phone call from somebody who's pissed off. Okay? It means you don't make some family function because something came up and you got to put out the fire. It means you got to be dedicated. It means you're grocery shopping and somebody walks up to you and gives you the finger in the chest routine. You know what I'm talking about? You this, you that. You don't even know who they are. But they know who you are because you put your face out in public. That face out in public is what changes things. The willingness of an individual to put themselves in a position and their family in a position where people who don't like you may threaten you. God knows what they do. Raj did that. Nobody asked him to do it. He saw a problem. And I'm going to tell you something. We're all veterans. Veterans are different than the rest of the people outside. We are different than they are. You may not like each other, but when you step out into the field, my fiance asked me why I always wear this cap. Okay? She said, why do you always wear that? You want people to thank you? And I go, no. I wear this cap because whenever I'm in a crowded room, she's a politician, and we go to all the functions. Whenever I'm in that room, every veteran knows somebody there's got their back. Am I lying, or is that the truth? You got each other's back. We're part of a family. We're different than people on the outside. And it pisses me off that a man like Raj will do all the work that he had to do to get this turned around in as short a period of time as he did, and somebody wants to come and take it away from him. That does not even honor the uniform that they wore.
I'll request more time for him.
He's only in 4 minutes.
I'm fine.
Go ahead and finish
I
your
get
thought.
cranked up.
Finish your thought.
I'm sorry. It's what happens in a radio show. You don't shut
got
up.
a first
But-
infantry hat on, you gotta finish, I gotta let you.
Okay, so I just told her, I wear this hat because everybody who is a vet in that room knows somebody will back them up if they need it. Do we all feel that way? Will you not back up your brothers and sisters?
Yes.
You're darn right. We gave up part of our life to serve this country. We looked out for each other. Whether we liked each other or not, we did it. And we have to keep doing it for the rest of our lives. It's a travesty to take it away from somebody who spent all that time. And now that it's working, to say we can't run it anymore.
Okay.
That's bullshit. And thank you.
Good evening. I'm Walter Berkowitz, and it truly is an honor. Can't hear you. I said, I am Walter Berkowitz, and it's truly an honor to stand before you tonight. I've known Raj Pillai for many years. During that time, I have personally observed Raj devote his talents, resources, and energy in making the community a much better place to live. I have immense admiration for Raj's character and integrity. It is an honor to support such a remarkable individual, someone who embodies the spirit of selfless service. As a Navy veteran, Raj has already dedicated years of his life to our nation, but his commitment did not end there. For the past several years, he's tirelessly served on the local Veterans Assistance Commission, advocating for the rights and well-being of our veterans. It was his efforts that uncovered the funding issues within Will County. His passion, dedication, and unwavering support have made profound impact on countless veterans' lives. And let's not forget his public service to the community, where he continues to give back in meaningful ways. As a veteran, you know service and sacrifice. I've toured veteran cemeteries throughout the United States and the world, among them Gettysburg, Normandy, Musée-Argonne, and Luxembourg. I have seen the results of veterans who have sacrificed for their fellow countrymen. Raj is such a man. I don't understand what's occurring here and why. Given the selflessness that Raj has demonstrated over many years, Raj has had your back, and I back Raj. I ask that Raj be retained, as he has proven that he is dedicated to helping his fellow veterans. His legacy of service inspires me, and it should inspire us all. I thank Raj for his tireless efforts, his compassion, and his unwavering commitment to making our world a better place. We are truly fortunate to have Raj among us. I join in expressing our heartfelt gratitude to Raj, and he strongly wishes to continue serving on the Veterans Assistance Commission. Thank you. God bless you, and God bless America.
Hi, I'm Katie Dean Schlotman. I'm a Air Force veteran myself, and commander of my Legion let me go first, so I figured that was a good thing. I'm here to speak on behalf of the president of the VAC now, Raj Pillai. As we all know, I think we've heard quite a few people talk about leadership and coming in and seeing a problem and fixing it. And that is exactly what Raj did with the VAC. There was a problem. There was missing money that was supposed to be used for every veteran in this room. And it was missing and gone, and his passion at that time became looking nothing into finding where this was going and finding the problem and fixing it and making it right. And as we all know, we've heard the stories, the money is missing, the FBI has looked into it, probably will never be recovered, and that is seriously unfortunate. But now we have somebody in our leadership who actually cares about things like that and where that money for the veterans in this room would go. And as you know, there are a lot of things with women veterans I would love to see get more attention. As a woman veteran myself, that money could have been used for that. These are things that I've actually had discussions with Raj about, and things that could be implemented into the VAC. So I hope that we look at that as an opportunity for us to take someone who has been a proven leader and continue to give them our support to move this organization forward and to keep watching it grow. It's had unprecedented growth, and it's done great things just in a year. I just am curious as to, if we give him a little bit more time, what can he do? It's easy to come in after things have been fixed and then move forward and say, well, I'm running this great organization. But we know that there's a vision there. We know that there's a passion there, and we've seen that in Raj. So I just hope that when you are voting for your president this time around, you consider that, and you consider also the impact that he's had on the veterans who have come here to speak today. We're here because we believe in leadership. All of us have served, there's been a chain of command, and right now, I'm happy to salute the president who is leading the VAC right now. That's all I have to say.
I don't have a big written speech because I don't need it. The proven fact of the VAC's accomplishments this year has nothing to do with Raj Pillai. Absolutely nothing. It has to do with these people sitting right here and right there. They're the people that did the job. Raj Pillai probably hasn't been to the VAC office 4 times this year. He hasn't volunteered to do anything except take over a position that was set up for that lady right there who runs the VAC, and we hired her to as superintendent of the VAC. We put her in that position. She's the one that came up with the suicide prevention Vet Fest last September. She's the one that came up with it. Who stepped in and took it over and took credit for it and made it a fundraiser? It wasn't about fundraising. It was about suicide prevention. It was about stopping our brothers and sisters from going out and committing suicide. Had nothing to do with politics as he turned it into by bringing his cronies in there to get signs, get their petition signed, or he did this or he did that. He didn't do nothing. Lady over there did it. These people did it. The man sitting at the end of the table did it. This is one reason why I decided to run. This was not a decision I made lightly. I didn't want to do it. But I felt I had to because there's too much mistruths, too much lies, too much of all the things that happened before going on right now. Politics has no place in the VAC other than to work with the elected officials to take care of veterans, to take care of the veterans in Will County, to make sure that the veterans and their families have what they need. I've been doing that for 40 years. Raj Pillai was running for office. Yes, he brought to light a very bad situation. And he worked diligently to correct it. But he had an ulterior motive too. He was running for county office. And he used that position to gain votes to do it. He took credit, he's taking credit for stopping, and he's marched people up here, politicians, people running for office, people sitting in office. He's marched them up here, a whole line of them, to make half-truths and untruths, make statements about me that ain't true, I'm a veterans advocate. I have been for 40 years. And there's people in this room that know that. Raj Pillai's been around for a couple of years, run for office, found something wrong with the VAC, and worked to correct it for his advantage. And yes, I give him credit for that. I've stood beside him for this year. And I applaud him for what he's done. But he's still running for office. No matter what anybody says, he's still running for office. That's why he marched all of his politicians in here today to talk for him, to bring up what he's done. He ain't done nothing.
I'm not a politician.
Ma'am, it's my time, not yours. It's my time, not yours. You've already had your say. You've already had your say. And you're...
Point of order, don't lie.
Quiet on the floor, he has the floor.
I'm not a politician.
He has the floor.
I didn't talk about you, I'm talking about the politicians that he marched up here, not you. No, you're a misguided veteran.
No, I'm not a misguided veteran.
Excuse me, sir, I have the floor. I have the floor.
Because we like Raj.
I have the
And he's
floor.
done a great job. I got a point of order.
Sir, I didn't do that when you spoke.
Very quiet. Quiet on the floor.
I didn't do that when you spoke.
I'm sitting in here limping like a little lamb. I just got operated on.
Quiet on the floor.
Like you said, go. I did that to you. But don't you put me down, buddy.
Nobody is putting nobody down.
Let's be respectful to the vets, okay?
Hey, I am a vet, ma'am. I turned 18 in a damn foxhole in Vietnam. Don't. I asked for more time. I asked for 2 minutes.
Can we be quiet 2 minutes?
2 minutes, please allow the speaker to say his piece, just as he allowed you to say yours.
He's talking peace and the right stuff.
Sir, I'm asking you as a veteran, as a Vietnam veteran, shut up and let me do my talk.
You just told
I
me to
didn't
shut
talk
up.
to
I
you.
will not shut up. I'll be
I
quiet,
asked you
but
to. I
won't
didn't
shut
tell
up.
you to. See, this is it. Yes, sir. The Plainfield Post Commander, you're a Marine. I'm a Marine, sir. I am not a retired Marine. I'm a retired Marine. I'm always a Marine. I was born a Marine, and I'm still a Marine.
I'm an American.
So am I, sir.
Use your 2 minutes.
Okay.
This is the way you're going to have your meetings in the future?
No, sir. No, sir. This is what happened in the previous. The commission will learn during this meeting what has been done for all the stuff you guys have been talking about. We've been working on that. We've been working on it, but nobody's heard any of that yet. So we'll reserve that to a turn. I'm saying that half the stuff you guys are talking about with Raj Pillai is crap. Is crap. And I'm sorry. I like Raj. I think Raj is a good guy. But he's misguided. He's got politics in his mind. I am not a politician, nor will I ever be one. I am a veterans advocate, and I'm a veteran's veteran. I yield the rest of my time.
What's your name? Larry?
Larry Shaver, Sergeant at Arms, yes.
All righty, Larry Shaver, Sergeant of Arms. The upholder of rules and regulations, correct? So you're being disrespectful to our veterans here and disrespectful to everybody because of what? You want to call us politicians or misguided veterans?
I'm not being disrespectful to anybody, Marine.
You told someone to shut up, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I asked you to shut up.
No, you told me to shut up.
No, I asked
I
you
wish
to
we
shut
had
up.
a recording.
It's recorded.
None of us talked about our time.
It's recorded, young man. It's recorded.
Alrighty, so this is the same board that you want to keep continuing the VAC commission. This is exactly the stuff I'm talking about. I'm not a politician. I don't go left, blue, conservative, whatever, red, blue, I don't care. Because ultimately, it is for the veterans. And I just said that I was a Marine from 95 to 2015. I retired. Thank you very much. I didn't say I'm not a Marine. Gee, God. I know that. Obviously. So you want to talk about, fighting holes and all that stuff. We can tell war stories left and right until we're blue in the face. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to ensure that the right things are being done for our veterans in Will County. Now you want to be disrespectful? That's the type of stuff I was talking about. Now you want to backpedal a little bit. So you want to call me out? We could talk left, right. We could go into the tree line and talk if you want. I'd be happy to do that.
Marine, you're baiting me.
No.
You're baiting me. You know what? You can't hold a candle to the Marines in here.
Oh, really?
It's not the people, it's not personal property.
That's why I just heard you can talk offline.
Sir.
And he wants to be the president of the VAC. Will he represent every veteran?
You're damn right I will.
Or the ones that he approves of?
You're damn right I will.
Please be quiet on the floor, let him talk.
That is total disrespect
This is
to
not
our
question and
veterans.
answer time, he has the floor.
So, with that being said and done, I'm not baiting anybody. It's just conversation. If that's the way you feel, that's the way you feel. That's all I have. It's ridiculous.
Thank you.
It's a public time.
This is getting very heated. As the only politician that have actually identified themselves as someone running for office, I did that to show my experience in working with the veterans and the county of Will and the government that we have here representing people right now. I don't think one time that I mentioned anything about who to support. In fact, I made absolutely sure that I said that you guys need to pick the best person that's going to lead you forward in the future. I said, who do you want to go through a minefield with? You need to know who's leading you forward. I did not come up and mention Larry. I did not come up and mention Raj. I was there to clarify that the county executive has no role over your body, and that the only thing the board has available to them is the control of your budget. Otherwise, you all are the experts in what you need, both for services and for leadership. And I hope you make the right decision tonight. Thank you.
When there was Vet Fest, when I raised funds to give to Joliet Battle Buddies. Joliet Battle Buddies is a suicide prevention program with the Joliet Police. As you know, a lot of veterans are police officers like myself. I'm a veteran and a police officer. So we want to raise that fund, give it to Joliet Battle Buddies so they can send counselors to school and do what they need to do to stop suicide prevention, first responders, main first responders or veterans. The other half of that money that was raised was given to Canine for Vets. If you know Canine for Vets, in Tellerino, they raise a lot of money to provide a dog to a veteran that maybe have PTSD. They also provide care and food for that dog for the rest of its natural life. So it's no cost to the veteran. So we just Raj established it, asked me to be the president of it, and all it was a conduit for whatever money we raised to go to these organizations, which are veterans organizations. And anytime anyone would ask me to help any veteran organization, as a veteran, as a first responder, I will immediately stand up and say absolutely, especially with a guy like Raj behind it, because I know it's legitimate. I was at all those meetings, or most of those meetings, against the last board, the VAC, where $500,000 of money is missing. $500,000 to the VAC today, on top of the budget, would go a long way. Could save a lot of lives.
Can I make a comment?
No, I'm gonna finish, then you can make a comment.
That money was not for veterans, never would be.
Well, I know it's for ARC money, but I'm saying $500,000 would go a long way for veterans. If you disagree with that, I'm sorry, but it would. So all it was a conduit for raising those funds. But since then, we've also raised money to send naval recruits to a Thanksgiving dinner. Another VFW, paid for 58 recruits to go there. We raised some other money for some other things for veterans. So it wasn't any link to the VAC. We did it for the Vet Fest. Vet Fest was great, and Jen and her staff did an awesome job. They needed us, or they asked for a little bit of help just to get that final push. That's all that was for. And that's what we're doing is that Will for Vets, a veterans organization, a charitable organization, yours could be anyone, says, hey, can we get a little help in marketing? Can we get a little social media? Can we get a little fundraising? Absolutely. We'll not say no, and you're with Raj. And I'll stand by my brother from the Navy every day, because not only is he a veteran, he's an American, he's a great patriot. So if anyone has any questions about the organization that I represent, Vote for Vets, fire away. It's all we're doing is trying to help any vets, our veterans organization, get over that finish line, help them provide services and funding for social media marketing, whatever else they need. We're just there to help.
Have a bad job.
I lost my cool a while ago because I'm very passionate about what I do and how I do it. I apologize to each and every one in this room for my seeming outburst of passion. I never meant to insult or alienate anybody in this room. Everybody here is a brother in arms that has served. I have 3 brothers that served, all are gone. All died from injuries that they received while they were in the service. I have a grandson right now that's 14 years in the Navy on the big subs. I have 2 grandsons that have spent 6 years or more in the Marine Corps and are now in law enforcement. I come from a military family, and I'm very, very passionate about what I do. If that's construed as being disrespectful to any veteran, I certainly apologize. It's not meant that way. And as the young Marine mentioned, he's absolutely right, Pop. You're right. I kind of lost my cool, and I apologize for that. I'm asking you to give me your vote, not to change anything, but to move forward. We got to remember one thing. The old VAC that we had all the problems with was mainly because we had one president in there for too long. And the oversight wasn't there. I can guarantee you one thing. If you elect me your president, I don't care if my mother was sitting on the board. If she misappropriated funds, or did anything that was disrespectful or negative toward a veteran or a veteran's family, I would be the first one to turn around. I would be the first one to scold her. I would be the first one to chastise her. And that you can take to the bank, my friends. Thank you for your time.
His statement.
Correct.
Getting it on the record.
Raj asked me to read a prepared statement. He's out of town. It's been great with his family, so I'll read it word for word as he wrote it. Today, although I'm not physically present, my spirit stands firmly beside you in our ongoing journey of veterans advocacy. I approach you with humility, having made a difficult decision to prioritize my family commitments. However, my dedication to our cause remains resolute and unwavering. This past year has been remarkable for our VAC, perhaps the best in history. And this is due to the fantastic work done by the staff at the VAC. It was my first year as an official and I've learned a lot. But before we delve further, I must address the accusation looming over us. There are claims that I've exploited the VAC for political gain. Let me be clear. While I proudly identify as a conservative, my pride doesn't lie in political allegiance, but in prioritizing veterans advocacy above all else. My work has been driven solely by love for our nation and community, seeking unity rather than division. I truly believe we have seen a lot of success as a result. These accusations aren't new to me. Similar challenges arose during my 2022 campaign for county treasurer, cautioning me against confronting corruption within the board. Yet, I chose to confront it, striving for justice despite obstacles. The transformation of the VAC from disarray to excellence within the past year is a testament to our collective efforts and resolve. The achievement wasn't mine alone. It was made possible by the support of friends, family, community members who stood with us when we needed them the most, and the staff at the VAC who are fantastic. These are also the same people who helped us through one of the most challenging events that we held this year, our Vet Fest. Let's not forget their support for us. As the head of the commission, I take pride in our achievements. However, my leadership is now challenged under the guise of being too political, quote unquote too political, or for inviting Republicans to events. Let me be clear. Securing funding for our operation is vital, regardless of political affiliations. Our missions transcend politics. It's about serving those who served us. I've built alliances across party lines with both Democrats and Republicans for the Commission's benefit, documented and provable through any Freedom of Information Act request. Again, that's the proof. Concerns have also been raised about my lack of presence at the VAC offices. I spent a lot of time there in the beginning of my term, but I've realized that an excessive presence is not necessary. However, it's essential to clarify that my role primarily involves raising awareness, securing funding, and aiding in legislative matters, rather than micromanaging day-to-day operations. Excessive presence would only hinder efficiency. Despite our successes, recent events have raised concerns about regression back to the old commission. It's crucial that we address these challenges head on. I propose establishing clear roles and responsibilities, improving communication protocols, and ensuring accountability within the commission. Our journey continues, and I'm committed to leading with integrity. My goals for the next year include building positive alliances, advocating for more resources, establishing sustainable roles, and participating in legislative matters affecting veterans. Your support signifies our readiness to persist on the path of success that we forged together. I want to repeat one more time, the proof is in the pudding. You can see how successful we've been, your choices to move forward or regress. This is a democratic process, and I will trust that you will vote with integrity regardless of the outcome. Thank you, and let's continue serving with honor and integrity.
The final count was 8 votes for Larry and 5 votes for Ash.
Didn't hear you.
8 votes for Larry and 5 votes for Ash.
Is 13 quorum?
We have quorum.
We have quorum. That means Larry was elected as the new president.
Thank you. I appreciate your support. I will do my best to do the best job I can.
I'll be 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes if you want.
Hello, my name is Brian Chavere. I'm the Post 13 American Legion commander I'm also the chaplain of this post right here. And I want to talk about Raj Pillai. I think he's a great man. He stands up for what's right, as everyone's already said. He's an all-around great guy. He's very loyal. And what I mean by loyalty, like, to his veterans. I've never seen someone that is just, well, I'm not gonna say never, but I've met very few people that are so loyal to our brothers and sisters in arms as Raj. You know, he served time in the Navy. You know, I was a Marine for 20 years, from 1995 to I retired in 2015. Deployed a whole bunch of places. I never got to, you know, I was on ship. I know it wasn't 5 minutes.
No.
So I never got to meet him while he was in the Navy. All around great guy. I believe that he's done a great job with the president, being the president here, and, you know, raising money, raising awareness, you know, bringing out the faults. You know, obviously everyone's heard about the almost $500,000 missing. I'm here to vote or request that y'all vote for Raj to remain the president, since he's so loyal. I have a thing with loyalty. If you're my friend, I don't care if you were in the Army, Air Force, Navy, Coast Guard, whatever. You're my brother and sister. Some people, I believe, don't have that loyalty. And I believe that some of these people are actually sitting on this board right now. You know, if Raj has done something wrong, we'll bring it to light. But I wish that you would bring all the good things that he's also done. Going back to the whole loyalty thing, you know, I really find it disrespectful that the board sits here, and not all of them, just a couple of them, while I was sitting there noticing comments being made of giggling, sidebar conversations, rolling of the eyes, you know. Look, I retired as a Master Sergeant of Marines, and I'm sure if you were in leadership, any type of leadership position, you respected or you showed respect to everybody from your rank on down and up. I don't care if you were private, if you come up to address a room, you shouldn't be laughing, you shouldn't be, or, you know, whatever. So I find that absolutely disrespectful. Another thing I find kind of odd, some of the members here, you know, you came to our post from a different post and be like, hey, I want to do this. Okay, good to go. We put you in that position, then you disappear for a long time. Then I hear there's some other issues and whatnot, some, it's just called not truths. Or incomplete info. You know, that comes to question for me, and it should everyone else. Why are you bouncing around from post to post, here to there, just to sit into a position? I don't agree with that. And actually, I think that's all I'm going to say, because I want to try and keep this PG. All righty, thank you very much.